Hey, what's happening, everyone? We're getting down to our last couple of MBAA cross-country races for the season. We've got Prescott Punisher coming up on April 12th, and then Flagstaff Frenzy on May 3rd. So Tim Reset here from the MBAA. Just wanted to run through a couple of notes for those last couple of races, rounding out the series overall, what you need for that, and just a couple other things to wrap up the season. So Prescott is coming up next weekend, April 12th. We'll be out at Pioneer Park. Weather looks great. It should be a great weekend. We have camping available. If you go on the MBAA website on the Prescott page, just take a look at the camping area map. You can park and camp in the venue. There's a little bit of camping as well as the front dirt parking area, and then as well on the east side of Commerce Drive on the actual Pioneer Park side, but you need to stay kind of in that west parking lot. There will be some soccer games and other things going on. So on the map, just park in or camp in the blue shaded areas, and you'll be just fine. So things are looking really good for Prescott Punisher. If you have come out to the other races for the series, or you've done 2 or 3 races in the cross country series, if you want to be eligible for the series overall, come the final race in Flagstaff, you need a minimum of 4 races. So 4 minimum races out of we've got 6 races for the series, and your best 5 races will count. So if you do all 6 races, you can drop your lowest score. If you do 5 of the 6 races, then we'll take all 5 as races that count towards your series overall points. And if you do 4 races, then those 4 will all count. You just have the opportunity to take up to 5 races. So your best 5 of 6, you need a minimum of 4. And we do a top, our series podium will be at Flagstaff. So we'll give out the series awards for the whole series at that race. And we do ask that if you do get a podium spot, those top 3, that you would complete 5 volunteer hours. And this is over the course of the season. This could be a couple hours, volunteering at one of the races, helping set up, tear down, leg marking. Could be just out on your own trails where you live, picking up trash, raking, doing actual trail work at the trail work event days or on your own with your own group. And you can go on the website, mba.net, and just at the top under volunteer, just click submit your hours, put your name, and there's a spot for your team. So you can allocate those hours for credit to your team, and then also for yourself if you're eligible or if you're in the running for the series overall. So it's just a way that we kind of encourage giving back. And 5 hours over the course of the season could be 1 hour at each race. It could be just a Saturday afternoon working on your own trails or cleaning things up. So not a huge deal, but we do ask that you help out in that way. And if you do want to volunteer at Prescott or Flag, on the race page, you can just click one of the spots to sign up for a couple hours if you want. Or if you're really unable to help out in any of the races, you can have a friend or family member volunteer on your behalf and then just credit those hours to you as well. As far as Flagstaff goes, we have a new black course this year. And so the expert riders, elite expert riders, marathon riders will all have the opportunity to ride this new black course. So instead of kind of staying to the west, we're going to be moving over to the east. Same start. We'll still be at Fort Valley for our venue and our start. The blue and the green courses will be the same. There are in the works or in the longer term plan some more potential options that we'll be able to use out of Fort Valley. But for now, we're a little bit constricted between the Mexican spotted owls and their habitats, and where we can run events and things like that. So, but this black loop is going to be super fun. We're going to kind of go out the same direction, but then we'll head over to the east, over to the Mount Eldon side, go up AZT. Years ago, we came down the AZT, so we're going to go up AZT, cross over at sunset, and then go over to Eldon, and then come down Big Bang. and then loop back around to Fort Valley. So that's going to be a super fun loop, and that will be the black course. One question I get a lot is, if I raced intermediate all season and I want to race expert, or go up, let's say I race beginner and I want to jump up to intermediate for the last race, can I do that and then still be eligible for that beginner or intermediate podium? Yes, you can do that. If you did all 5 races, then all 5 of those races will count for your category. And if you want to take jump up to the next category for the last race, that's totally fine. We encourage that. It's a good way to test out your fitness and see how you stack up against the next faster group up. If you bounced around throughout the season, like let's say you did a couple of marathon races, a couple of single speed, couple of intermediate age group 50 to 59, then only the races in your category would count for that podium. So if you did 2 marathon races and 2 single speed races and 2 intermediate age group races, you really don't have 4 races in one category to count for the series overall. So it's fine to do that. We just don't transfer points from one category to another. Or let's say you started in beginner for the first 2 races, then you jumped up to intermediate and you did the last 4 in intermediate, then those 4 races would count towards your intermediate overall. We don't carry up the beginner points. So that's all I really have for Flagstaff right now. There is camping kind of at the Fort Valley, just dispersed camping in the Fort Valley venue area as in years past, and just that area. There's no camping in in and around the Flagstaff areas around the trails and things like that. Then the last note I had is we are not going to be doing a state champ race this year. The last 4 years now, it's been a great course. The courses have been awesome. The venue is great, but we didn't get much of a turnout, and the turnout had been declining over the years. And so we're losing a lot of money on the race. And so while the number one goal for the MBAA is to raise money through these events to give out in grants to trail organizations, to cities, local organizations that want to build and maintain trails, bleeding money on that race each year, just and seeing the declining turnout, we decided not to run it this year. It's a really great venue out in Emmanuel Pines and super fun place to ride. Unfortunately, that kind of the Emmanuel Pines camp is too small to make it a series race and have 500 or 600 people out. But for what it was for the state champs was really fun. So we'll discuss it going into next year and see if there's any other ideas that either we have or anyone can bring up to increase the turnout without doubling the race entry fees. We want to keep things affordable and still be able to allow mom, dad, and Junior and Sally to be able to all come out and race and not be spending $500 for one race weekend. So I know some of you were bummed about that, but that's kind of the deal with the why we're not having a state champs this year. So we also added a little suggestion box to the website. I know a lot of people send in email comments and suggestions, which is awesome. We read all of them. We talk about them as a board. We try and employ as many of them as we can that are feasible. But some people don't like to share bad feedback or just want to be anonymous. So we created this little suggestion box up on the top under the contact tab. So if you have a suggestion, good or bad, now you can submit that and it'll just be anonymous, so we don't know who you are, and then we can at least get that feedback and be able to either make changes, good or bad, and try to make improvements over the years. So thanks everyone. It's been a really great season, and we've got these last 2 races that are always a blast. So hope to see you out there, and have a great rest of your week.